Hello guys, so I wish to say, so here's the update about all hate base. Yep, I think that hate speech was a growing international threat. It said that from New York that the rules of hate speech is nothing new. It hasn't arguably been supercharged by the internet, which has allowed lies, conspiracies, and threats to the industry to spread around the world. And a short series that features, based on the new The United Nations podcast as a series, Your Team Against the Hate. We're looking at the facts and possible solutions to this growing problem. Hate speech is having a discernible effect on society. One of the many similarities between the January attacks on Brazil's government buildings and the storming of the U.S. Capitol on January 6, 2021 is that each occur after certain groups purportedly directed dangerous and rhetoric and false claims against others. Concerns over the growing phenomenon had obtained the independent human rights experts to call on major social media platforms to change their business models and become more accountable in the battle against the rising hate speech online. Recently, the case of the first in the social media influences, Andrew Tate captured in the widespread media attention following its detention in Romania as part of an investigation in invoices of a human trafficking and rape, which he denies. Tate was personally banned from the various independent social media platforms including TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube for expressing a masochistic views and hate speech. In a new The United Nations podcast series, Unity Against the Hate, producer and Katie Delford speaks to the proponent activities that whose the work has made them subjects of online attacks, disinformation, and threats. In South Sudan, internet access is limited on small elite, but activities such as the Ahmadiyya Yakani, one of the countries in the most prominently promoted human rights defenders, are nevertheless targeted by online hate speech. But as the editor of a campaign, Yakani explains that hate speech, both in the country and from the diaspora. There's a current discriminating the further violence in the world's newest internationally recognized country. The 60% of deadly violence in the country, he says, is triggered by hate speech. Then said that there was often being the victim of online attacks in which as habit, or its statement has made have been distorted, have described me as a type of animal, a cockroach, a monkey, or a snake, or just a common murderer. This narrative has a lot of huge number of applications. It destroyed my social fabric. My relationships with others, internet generates mistrust and lack of confidence in people towards me. Hate speech is having disabling influences as a country. Words the Yakini, making it a violence and troll primarily tool, but resolving this point is its answer, its opinion. It's more testament to the effective responses, which included targeted assassinations and those responsible approving of location and education. Despite the many risks to hazard on security, Yakini continues to strive to ensure the equality, justice, and respect for the human rights. Anybody who is standing and demanding equality, transparency, and fight against the corruption, or demanding the democratic discrimination is always in the target of a hate speech. And everything that you read it on this site. That's today's video. If this is saying stay safe, stay cut.